video, I'm going to explain how to find your sit bones and what the best way to sit on your pelvis is. And the reason this is important is because most of us sit on chairs that force our pelvis into a position that's not optimal for your body, and we spend a lot of time sitting, so it's really important to be aware of this. So first, we are going to locate our sit bones, and the best way to do that is sitting. And one easy way to do it is to take your hands and put them underneath your pelvis, right at the base of your pelvis, so you feel those two pointy bones at the bottom of your pelvis underneath your hands. And you can kind of roll around on your hands so that you feel the shape of those bones. And if you're having trouble finding them, make sure you're sitting on a surface that's hard. So you could do this on the ground, something that really allows you to feel the pressure of your bones against your hand. The best way for you to sit on those sit bones is right on the tip of them. So when you put your hands under your pelvis, you notice that there's a very distinct tip of the sit bone. It's kind of shaped like the bottom of my fist. And you want to sit right at the tip of those sit bones. So in order to do that, Kathleen Porter does a really great job of explaining this in terms of happy dog, sad dog. So when a dog is sad, it tucks its tail between its legs. And that's kind of what we do when we're sitting in a way that's not supportive for our body, is we tuck our tailbone and sit back on the back of the sacrum instead of on the tips of your sit bones. But what you want to do is pretend you're a happy dog with its tail up and wagging, and that's going to take you into a more optimal position of the pelvis, where you're sitting right on the tips of those sit bones. And if you're having trouble finding that, a good way to figure it out is with a dowel rod. This isn't a dowel rod, but it'll do for now. And you can sit on that dowel rod, and just like when we had our hands underneath our pelvis, you roll around on the dowel rod and you'll really be able to feel the shape of your bones. So when the front of your sitting bones is at the back of the dowel rod, that's where you want to be sitting. And if you do this, you can do it a couple times with the dowel rod and then maintain that position and take the dowel rod out and see what it feels like. Also, the best way to do this when you're sitting on a chair is with your feet flat on the ground. So if that means you have to move up a little bit to see, or to feel where your pelvis is in space, then go ahead and do that. And while we're talking about sitting optimally, I definitely want to bring into the conversation the difference between chairs. So the chair that I'm sitting on has a flat base, a flat seat, which is probably the best way to sit. But most of us sit in chairs that have a backward sloping seat. So this is kind of slight, but you can see that the back edge of this chair is lower than the front edge of this chair. And that happens a lot in cars and in office chairs. And when you sit down, it kind of forces you into this sad dog position with the tailbone tucking under. So one way to remedy that is to take a wedged block or like a folded up towel and set it at the back edge of your chair so that it evens out that slope, so that when you sit on it, you have the ability to sit on the tips of your sit bones instead of the back of them.